Okay guys, so let's start sculpting. We're gonna start with the overall proportions. I'm just gonna de-enable symmetry and scale this sphere down a little bit, and then just start with the overall leg proportions. Something like this for the upper leg part. Just using the move brush just to create the lower leg part just like this. And I'm looking at bird anatomy like ostrich, and of course dinosaur anatomy from like Jurassic World and stuff like this. So make sure that you do that. Then this point going downwards like this, and we're not gonna add a foot because this is just a leg. I'm gonna be posting a video on how to sculpt a dinosaur foot as well. And as always, if you guys want critique on your work that you do with the help of my tutorials, please just send me a message on Instagram. I will be linking my Instagram down below, and we can critique them here at the channel. And critique is just to help everybody out. So if you are interested, go to my Instagram and send me a message. Something like this. Just making sure this like triangular shape is at the bottom right here. Triangular shape down here. The foot is going right here. Just gonna make sure that this over proportion starts to look pretty good. We're gonna make our left leg, so we're gonna make sure that the bone is outwards a little bit more like this. Something like this, I would say. And just gonna add some overall thickness right here. Yeah, something like this. Then we're just gonna add some basic anatomy, subdividing it and adding the calf right here. So the calf are really important to create this like big giant creature feeling, because dinosaurs have really powerful legs, so make sure that they are real big and very powerful. Something like this, connect down here, 2 circles like this and connecting down here. Something like that. And then we're gonna add this muscle right here. These 2 muscles actually, but we're just gonna combine them into one because it's very simplified right now. Then this muscle right here, and then this muscle on the leg right here. Going from here down here, and here is bone. We're gonna indicate that it is bone. Sorry guys, I'm really tired. And we're just gonna add some more volume right here, like these tendons down here and skeleton parts, something like that. And then here, from here, we're gonna add this huge muscle, something like this. Then from this side, we're gonna add a muscle, and we're gonna add the overall shape of the pelvis up here. Doesn't need to be perfect because this is just a study. It's a speed sculpt kinda. So something like that. And now we just need to very easily indicate these larger muscles. Something like this. And this muscle here goes up like that. Something like this, guys. Then going down with the bone right here, a muscle. And on this side, I'm usually just adding this like a bone structure. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. Then I'm just gonna add this shape right here. Something like that. Pushing this part a little bit forward. Make it a little bit slimmer overall right here. Thicker here. Slimmer at the end. The calves, making them a little bit bigger and thinner towards right here. Then just gonna retopologize them a little bit quickly. Just using the Dinomesh. Just need a little bit more topology. Something like that. Something like this, and I'm just gonna sculpt the calf a little bit more better. Something like this. Indicate them a little bit better. So it's really important that you use a lot of bird anatomy. That's what I'm looking at, and a lot of ostrich, especially when you want to create the feet. we're gonna cover that in another episode. So make sure that you, if you're enjoying this video, like and subscribe to tell me that you want more videos like this. So I'm just gonna add this overall part of this muscle right here, a little bit more, and then erasing this part right here, something like that. But now guys, we have a problem. This area right here, that's a really difficult area, because here is just the bone, so that's a difficult area. How are we gonna solve that? Just gonna take some ostrich references. Wait 1 second guys. Yeah, here, now I have some ostrich references on legs, so I'm just gonna copy that, making sure that this like indication in between here is clear. Then dinosaurs also have like this toe right here, but we can go more in on that on the foot episode. Something like this, adding this shape right here, it's super important. We're gonna work with that part a little bit more because it's a real tricky area. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to sculpt that area a little bit better. But I can see how the overall shape of the leg is starting to actually look pretty decent. Something like this, just changing proportions, making this part a little bit smaller and more like slim like this. Gonna be pretty slim, this part actually. This part actually pretty slim as well, but more like upwards like this. Muscle anatomy right here. Something like this. Then I'm usually, when it's something like, I'm not sculpting the foot, I'm just making sure it's flat underneath, so it's easily understandable, and at the top as well. Something like that. And then I'm just gonna indicate the bone a little bit more right here. Bone structure on both sides, it's really important, because this area is really tricky. Here indicating the tendons and the skeleton structure. Something like that. Then we're just gonna indicate this part a little bit better. Here I'm just usually just fills it up because you're not gonna see that part. So you don't need to go in detail right there. Just adding these muscle volumes right here like this, adding this volume right here, something like that. Then we had this muscle here that we talked about in the beginning. Just gonna connect that to the bone. Then this part and this part. Right here, that goes from here down here. Then here's like this between part, knee. Just gonna add some more like volume over here because it tends to look very like an elephant. So just gonna add these shapes right here, something like that. Looks pretty decent actually. Something like that, yeah. Just add some more shape and volume on these big muscles at the top, trying to get a little bit more like fat right here. Adding fat and adding skin is super important because it's what brings like the leg to life, kind of like the character to life, and not just make it look like an anatomical study, because you want it to look more realistic, or at least you probably want that. So try to add skin and fat because every creature and person has that. And here I'm just usually adding this curve right here, and adding this, making this a little bit like slimmer and a little bit not taller, longer I think it's pronounced. Here usually just carving this part a little bit downwards, because the bone actually goes upwards right here, doesn't go this way, goes upwards, so make sure you bring the bone upwards if you got a shoes. Something like that, adding this shape. Something like that, guys. I'm just gonna see how it looks. I'm just gonna smooth it out real quick a little bit, just to add some like skin and fat. Yeah, but I think that actually looks pretty good. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with the trim dynamic. Something like this, guys, I think. clean it up real quickly. Bring this part to the middle right here. Something like that. The muscles are really clear. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good, guys. So this was everything I got for you this time, guys. Hope you liked the tutorial. So if you want to see more tutorials like this, you know what to do. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.